Welcome to Knoxville, home of the Tennessee Volunteers, where the hymn of choice is good old Rocky Top, and they hope that by the end of this one, it's good on Rocky Top. What a game and what potential drama we have in store. You've seen this script before. Top 10 team goes into a cauldron of emotion on the road and just hopes to be able to get out and tell about it. And the Sooners will kick it away first. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Volunteers offense takes the field. And here comes the quarterback, and one thing you know for sure, with this team, as he goes, so goes the offense.
And he's a big-time talent, Reese. This guy can hurt you in a multitude of ways, throwing and running the football. He's going to have to be dialed in, though, because this defense is going to give him a lot of different looks. It's really important mentally this QB is on his game.
He wants to throw. Feeling some heat. Good job to avoid the negative play and just get rid of that thing. Guys, this rough start is hardly what they had in mind to start SEC play, and it's not going to get any easier.
Well, no doubt about it. There were big expectations surrounding this program inside SEC play this year, and things haven't necessarily gone their way. They've had to fight a ton of adversity, but, David, they believe they have the leadership in the locker room to turn it around, but it's got to start today.
Yeah, one at a time. Like, we got to start today. We got to find something. We got to find what we're really good at, what we can hang our hat on, so we can start to build some momentum throughout the season. Obviously, not the start we wanted, but we got to point to the next opportunity.
And the pressure gets there, and down he goes at the 18.
Man, you talk all week about setting the tone, quieting this crowd. Don't let him get involved. You know how you do that? Get a sack and force a punt on the first possession of the football game. That's a heck of a start for this defense.
Takes it on the return. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. The Sooners offense has its first opportunity of the day. Typically, the last thing a defense wants is to have a backer on a wide receiver, but we may see some of that today, guys.
Typically, you don't see linebackers that can run like this guy, and that's why they feel okay letting him cover this dynamic wide receiver one-on-one.
Yeah, and feel okay. It's not going to be a good thing. You better get your hands on him early. Put your physicality, let that win. It ain't going to be your speed.
Back to the ground with the running back. Great move there. And they explode on that one, and they've got it down to the 22.
I love that play call. This offense is going to run the football. They're not just going to do it between the tackles, but they're going to attack you outside. You saw that with that handoff. They get to the right. They get him in space using his speed. Good play call.
He's looking to throw it. And he'll make the grab along the sideline, but is not able to get to the first down marker. And let's hold on just a minute here as the officials are going to have a second look. And they take another look at the play, but the officials on the field were right, and the play will stand. This crowd knows they have to bring it in big moments, and one of those has arrived. Touch pass on the jet sweep. The Sooners are stopped, but not before getting the first down. This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, 2nd and 7.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Paulo, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch, so pretty easy.
And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Oklahoma!
And what a nice start for this offense. The throw game getting working, getting the touchdown pass. This quarterback getting a little bit of confidence. This passing game getting in a rhythm. Nice start for this offense. They'll
try to tack one more on their score. And the PAT makes it 7-0. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And they capped things off with a 9-yard touchdown pass. Kickoff team is on the field. They'll try to drive this one deep. And they thought about a return, then thought better of it. They'll bring it out to the 25. Tennessee ready to go to work the big orange offense on the field. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
Well, last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot, and you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable, that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on their heels.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Wide receiver now comes in motion. Quick pass on the jet motion. They knock him down after he picks up 5 out to the 34. It's 3rd down from their own 34 as they try to keep the drive moving. They'll try to run for it. Oh, what a move. It's a game of first downs, and they've got one out to their own 37.
That's got to feel good if you're the offense, because 3rd down has been a bit of a problem all season long, but you love the way they're executing at this point, finding ways to keep the chains moving.
Fires to the big fella. Tackled immediately after the catch.
A nice job by the defense there tackling the catch and smothering the tight end. They know this offense is going to try to find him in the passing game in a lot of different situations. That time, perfect coverage, and nice job bringing the big guy down. Not easy to do.
Just a short pass to the tight end. They make the stop, not a whole lot of ground picked up there, and they'll have work to do to get the first down. They've got some work to do on this 3rd and long from the 40. Looking to throw, it's McFarland. They're bringing heat. And they got him. They'll get him down for the sack. He spent his whole career in the backfield, now 40 career sacks.
That is absolutely insane. A guy that can get to the quarterback that much. You know where he's at, Palmer. He's on the end of the line of scrimmage most of the time. You're pointing to him. There's the guy we got to make sure that doesn't make the play, and he gets to the quarterback time and time again.
There are very few players, I think, in college football, David, that need to know where they line up each and every play, because they are going to disrupt everything. This guy has been that all throughout his career. 40 sacks. That is unbelievable.
Welcome to the frustrating reality of college football. Like, the guy at the quarterback spot, he can just do that. Pull it down, get positive yards, makes the defense have to account for him every single play.
On 2nd down, he'll fire. Trying to make magic on the scramble. Nifty little scamper on this one. Enough for the first down, and he slides in safely.
I love the play call there, too, because 2nd and short, defense is thinking you might run it. So you try to catch him off guard with the pass. Nothing there. Even if you throw an incompletion, you're going to have a chance to run it the very next play, but it doesn't matter. This guy's just so athletic himself. He's able to go get the first. Let's get a fresh set of downs.
The Sooners with the 1st and 10. Leaves it with the back. Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down.
Well, it's plays like that that will help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on 1st down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
It's caught. Brought down to the ground, but he has enough for the first down. And the Sooners moving quickly to the line. Trying to cap this drive with the pass. That's caught. It's Sexton. And he'll run into the end zone. Touchdown, Sooners!
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, he hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Volunteer offense is back, and they hope it's touchdown time in Tennessee. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick.
Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. They recover their own fumble. How in the world did the offense avoid that disaster?
Doesn't it always seem like that ball is on the ground for like 30 seconds? You got 17 guys running at it in slow motion. Like, I got to get the football. Offense, very lucky to get that football back.
On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. Defense was not fooled by that screen to the back, and they'll stop him short of the marker. It'll be 4th down. The Volunteers line up to punt it away. He only needs a sliver of daylight. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. The offense lining up for a 1st down play. They're going to open this drive with a pass. He's got his man. And after the tackle, that will bring us to the end of the 1st quarter. On 2nd down, looking again to throw. A shot toward the end zone. And that's going to be knocked away and incomplete as time has expired here in the 1st quarter. We reached the quarter break with Oklahoma on top. They wanted to strike first and strike hard, and they've been able to do that here in the 1st quarter as we take a look at the stats. Just about ready to get things started here in the 2nd. We'll see if they continue to flex that muscle. Now facing a 3rd down as they come back to the line after the break. To the ground to try to move the chains. Good execution. They move the sticks, and they've got it at the 33.
Man, that's what I love about this offense, man. They run the football and get 1st downs. They throw the football and get 1st down. So much balance. That's why they're the #2 offense in all of college football and getting 1st downs. They are so hard to defend.
The freshman able to get home with the sack.
We're only in the 1st half already. This guy's got 2 TD passes, so you could see the defensive coaching staff on the sideline telling this team, like, guys, we got to get after this guy. We have to affect his rhythm and not let him be so comfortable back there. Right there, they were able to get after him. Let's see if they can keep it up.
Pocket starts to collapse. And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again.
Well, obviously, at this point in the 1st half, the defense is finding themselves in a hole. You just get the feeling if they're going to get back in this, they're going to need more plays like that. They're going to need sacks. They're going to need turnovers. They're going to have to create negative plays to get themselves some momentum.
And this defense has maxed out this pressure. Another sack. The Sooners decide to punt it away. He ought to be able to use his first punt to pin him deep. First one's on its way. The leg ought to be strong. Only called on twice in the victory last week. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. Tennessee ready to go to work the Big Orange offense on the field. They've stumbled a little bit out of the gate here, Jesse, finding themselves down by 2 scores.
Yeah, and their defense needs to help them out and get off the field, get them some more possessions. This offense didn't spend a lot of time on the field in the 1st quarter, David. I think they got to run the ball here and try to establish some rhythm.
They got to establish something, and you're right. You'll wear your defense out, continue. You keep getting the football back to them, to the other offense, you're wearing your defense out, and you'll have no shot to get back in this game.
He's going to be able to pick up a few yards before the slide.
Well, great job there by the defense because they weren't able to get him sacked right away, but you saw the coverage in the back end. Nowhere for the quarterback to throw the football. Didn't get the sack, obviously. You don't get the negative play, but you also don't give up a big one. You're feeling pretty good about where you are right now in this drive.
Somebody needs to make a play here. It's 3rd and long from the 26. Pulls it in. It's Brewer. Good tackle there to stop him short of the 1st down. It'll bring up a big decision. And the Vols will bring the punt team onto the field. 4th time tonight we've seen this guy come on to punt. This is a spot you see many returners try to take a chance, but not this time. The fair catch just inside the 40. They'll start this drive and snap it from the 40. They'll leave it with him. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7. The Sooners headed quickly to the line. These guys have really performed at a high level in SEC play, and the task is to try to keep this groove going.
Yeah, when you start the season like this, man, this is exactly what you drew up. Win your conference, be great in your conference, get to the conference championship. I'm not putting the cart before the horse, Palmer, but great start.
No doubt. To win the SEC is a long road. You know about that. I know about that personally. And they just got to take one game at a time. They've done an outstanding job of doing that this year.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Been showing them the run. Now they'll throw it. Caught over the middle. It's Sexton. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short game there.
That's a good job by the dragger out there, understanding its zone coverage. So instead of continuing to run across the field, he settles down into an open spot, making it easy for his quarterback.
And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker. It's 4th down and 6, and they'll try to convert. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. He's got him, and they convert. He's out of bounds, but not before picking up enough for the first down. The coach wants the officials to have another look at the monitor. Using a timeout here, thinks the call is going to end up going his way. The coach still thinks he was right. The officials say he was not. The challenge is denied, and the timeout is gone. And the Sooners look to keep this drive humming. To the air on 1st down. Takes a shot as he lets it go. And swatted down by the defense to stop the scoring opportunity.
Well, the game plan's been pretty simple offensively, right? They are taking shots, and they're being aggressive, throwing it down the field. This guy's already got 2 touchdown passes. We're still in the first half. And on that last one, he was looking for number 3.
Touchdown, Oklahoma! He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch him. They've got the lead and trying to put this one in a hammerlock here in Week 10. That touchdown grabbed the 25th of his career.
Not surprising either. When you've got this guy's ability, that position, quarterbacks are going to be looking for you. 25 touchdown catches, that's an impressive figure.
Yeah, he's definitely one of those guys that have been so big time. Big time moments, clutch plays, makes those contested catches. He's a guy that can do everything, and that's why he's putting up such great stats.
And the returner will be brought down. The Volunteer offense is back, and they hope it's touchdown time in Tennessee. They've got nothing done so far, and they already find themselves in a 3-possession hole, Jesse.
Yeah, and as a head coach, you're wondering, what didn't I say? What didn't I do to get my team ready to go? Because we look like we're sleepwalking at this point.
Nothing went well in the first quarter. You just say refresh. Like, let's try to find a way now. Chip into this lead. Try to make it somewhat manageable when you get to the half.
Watching this Tennessee running back, man, he just runs with so much purpose, and it reminds me of guys that I used to play against, Jamal Lewis and Travis Henry, 2 great ball running backs that used to really test the physicality of our Gator defenses and some of those great games we had back in the late 90s. This dude right here, man, he just wears you down every single carry.
Comes out throwing on 1st down. Going to try to pop one on the screen. Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass, as it just never developed. Looking for a man. It's McFarland. Got his man down the middle. And he's still running after the move. He's loose. He's at the 10. And the defense couldn't corral him, and he took it all the way. Touchdown, Volunteer!
Man, nice job getting the passing game going. This is big, man. Going to the half, and listen, I know you're trailing, but building some momentum. Maybe this second half we can keep airing the football out, cutting into this deficit, and who knows what the heck will happen.
And he made that extra point, the wet turf, no problem at all. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Gentlemen, let's take a look at what's happening in this exciting college football game. Virginia is ahead right now in Charlottesville, but That's not exactly Sean Moore out there dominating this one. We are a long way from being over. They're up by a field goal over Texas State. Just another week of college football where we've come to expect the unexpected. Fellas?
Thanks for the update on that one. Kevin, let us know when it goes final. He's piled up 76 yards on the ground as he gets closer and closer to that magical 1,000-yard mark for the season. Looking to move it through the air. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. And he bats it away. It falls incomplete.
In the last couple of weeks, man, you're getting a lot of consistency from this QB. And you got to love it as a play caller, man. You can drop him back. You can throw the ball a ton. You can trust him. Getting the ball to different wide receivers. He's really in a good groove the last couple of games.
Only a couple there, and now staring at 3rd and 8.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, and it puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see...
Lofts one high and deep. He's got it inside the 15. That is just a gargantuan play as he has it all the way down to the 12. They just changed the dynamic of this possession in a heartbeat, and now it's 1st and 10 from inside the red zone. And that defense pushing him out of bounds after a short gain. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the 1st down without getting it into the end zone. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. Nice, solid form tackle from this sophomore. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play call and everyone on the same page here. Tight quarters deep in the red zone, but they can pick up a 1st down without scoring. 3rd down. Touchdown Sooner! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. And after that last touchdown toss, look out, Baker Mayfield record could be going down for single-game touchdown passes.
Yeah, and you think of all the great quarterbacks and the records that they put up with the Sooners, man. It's impressive. And this guy having himself a day, spreading the ball around, touchdowns palooza. What a nice day.
They got the late touchdown on the board, now about to kick it away and hoping the defense can keep them from answering. Here he comes from inside his own 5. And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. Just over 30 seconds to go in the half. They've got it 1st and 10. He'll start this drive firing. Moves around to clear up the vision. On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the big hit.
You know, QBs want to make those big plays. They want to put up the big stats. But when nothing's there, sometimes you just tuck the ball, get a minimal gain. I like the slide, by the way, too. Get down and don't take a big hit.
That's going to wrap up the 1st half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Guys, you've been calling a great one today in Knoxville so far. Talk about a 1st half from that dude out of the backfield. He's been a total game changer. And how many top plays moments have we seen on missed tackles alone? Video game moves from one of the shiftiest players in all of college football. And with that, let's send it back to the fellas amidst the smoggy smoke there in Rocky Top.
Good job by the coverage unit to put a stop to that return. So Oklahoma has it again, and here comes the offense. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect him.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now in the same way.
Good spot after that 7-yard pickup on 1st down. It's 2nd and 3. The give to the back. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Man, not much wiggle room for the ball carrier there.
Not really sure what they can do to try to create some space.
I know. Blocking that. How about the offensive lineman push some guy backwards and make some holes?
Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. Going for it all. And he's got it inside the 25. Touchdown, Oklahoma! And the beatdown has ensued.
And this receiver is on fire. He's got all the skills that you look for in a big-time target. And that's already his second touchdown of the game.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Tennessee ready to go to work the Big Orange offense on the field. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Movement from the linebackers trying to mess with the offensive line's assignments. Picks up a useful 5-yard chunk out to the 30-yard line. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Wide receiver coming across in motion. Quick pass on the fly motion. And eventually taken down, but what about that spin move gives him the first down yardage. They'll snap it from the 36. They've got a first down. The give. Running with power.
And a lot of times you want those big plays. You want those splash plays. But sometimes you're going to take some losses. You're not going to run the football overly well. But if you continue to run it, you can at least create some balance. You at least have the threat of it. Otherwise, you're just going to abandon it. And now it's just going to be a passing game.
You're going to stop the run game. You better be physical up front on the defensive line. They've got some maulers. They've got some dudes with bad intentions. Nice play there.
They get to him as he throws. That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on third down. The Vols will punt it away on fourth down. They've been busy out there to punt for the 5th time today. He'll settle for some pretty good field position and make the fair catch at around the 35. Time for this Sooner offense to go back to work. Line gets set, first down. They'll go with a direct snap. He's racked up 92 yards on the ground, and he's been terrific all season, ranking in the top 10 in rushing.
I know it's sexy to throw the football, but if you can pound it away and get these kind of gains, they will just add up, wear the defense down, get first downs, and ultimately get some points.
They can really be aggressive after that last play. It's 2nd and 3. He's looking to throw. Feeling the heat as he lets it go. Into double coverage, and they made him pay. It's intercepted. Just keeps moving. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
It's so easy to be up here in the booth and say, you should have put more zip on that. Sometimes you got to use the lob wedge. That time, you probably should have used the drive.
Good pickup on that play. It'll bring up 2nd and 4.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
Now the play fake. Quarterback doing what he does best. He can move. And he scoots his way to the first down and then slides to avoid the hit.
It's just so nice as a coaching staff when you've got quarterbacks who make good decisions. And on a 2nd and short play, you're throwing it, you're trying to catch the defense napping, you might take a shot, nothing there. Go get it yourself. Make the right decision to keep it, not panic, and get you a fresh set of downs.
8-yard pickup on first down leaves them with 2nd and short. He's got it again. And the Volunteers will move the sticks.
This is a guy that can find you the hidden yardage. That play, he just pushes the pile to get that first down.
Defense trying to keep this offense from getting a line on who to block. Leaves it with the running back. Productive 4-yard gain there on the ground as he gets it down to the 31. Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. They'll run play action. Makes the grab on the shuffle. They'll go with a quick touch pass. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play. Now facing a 3rd and long. Back to pass, it's McFarland. Floating away. They've got it just outside the red zone. They'll move the chains. It's at the 21. The Volunteers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Moving the running back, trying to get the D to tip its hand. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Well, it just seems like everything is working for the offense on this drive. Another nice gain, this time on the ground.
Looking to go up top on 1st down. Snags it. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening. Going to work on 2nd down, and the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that 1st down. Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Tennessee. Great example of how a second half can really change everything for a team.
No doubt. First half looked bad. It looked like it was bleak. It looked like it was ugly. But now you're starting to get it turned around. More drives like this is what's needed.
And the extra point is good. They still trail 35-14. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. Virginia is ahead right now in Charlottesville, but that's not exactly Sean Moore out there dominating this one. We are a long way from being over. They're up by 6 over Texas State. Any big developments in this one, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business, gentlemen.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Here come the Sooners ready to go on offense. After that last pick, David, they really need to take care of the ball this time.
No doubt. And Palmer, I want to know what Spurrier said to you on the sideline after the pick.
Do that again, and you'll be right here beside me for the rest of the game. You got to go out. You got to call your plays, and I hope this coaching staff isn't going to be afraid to throw it this round.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. He's looking to throw. Nothing doing downfield. He'll cut his losses and throw it away. It'll be 3rd down.
And sometimes you see great shooters and they get on fire and they just can't miss. And that's what this QB looks like the last couple weeks, man. Just completion percentage through the roof, running the offense at an elite level. You can tell in complete control of this.
He's looking deep. And he makes the catch inside the 25.
It's a beautiful pass and catch. I love the job the quarterback does manipulating the defense with his eyes. He froze that safety, and that allowed his receiver more room to work his route.
Headed to the end zone. Touchdown, Sooners. And the pummeling has started. He has been surgical. Precision passes, using the scalpel, the fine instrument, rather than the blunt one.
And the defense has had absolutely no answer for it. Just, he's been down their throats all game long, a step ahead, understanding what he's seeing, and just destroying this defense.
The Volunteer offense is back, and they hope it's touchdown time in Tennessee. There's certainly still a hill to climb, but they've got to make sure these drives pay off. Got a touchdown last time. Can they back it up here?
Well, and it's amazing in a football game how sometimes they'll surprise you with what you do. Once you get settled and you realize what's going on, now I'm comfortable with it. Jesse, this offense looked comfortable on its last drive.
They sure did. It looked like they started to find some momentum. So now it's on this defense to stop that, all right? You're a little bit upset based on what just happened the previous drive. You've got to bow up again and go back to what was working earlier in this game.
As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Dropping back, it's McFarland. And he can't pull the trigger, and that will be the final play of the 3rd quarter. We wrap it up with a sack. We reach the quarter break with Oklahoma on top. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. I guess if you're an optimist, the stage is set for a massive fourth-quarter comeback. No signs of any kind of kickers. They'll leave the offense out there to try to move those chains. On fourth down, he'll try to toss it. Finds him out of the backfield. He's not going to make it, and what a big stop for this defense, and they might be able to put this thing away. The Sooner offense returns to the field. Looking for a productive play on first down. He'll try to do it himself. And there are flags flying as the pass ball's incomplete. We'll see who it's on.
Downfield, offense.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Quarterback and running back set up in the pistol.
Here we go.
Running back searching for a hole. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down.
In situations like this, offensively, when you've got the lead in the fourth quarter, when you got to run the ball, you go back to the runs that you have the most confidence in, that you can execute in your sleep, and they do it right there, ripping off 7 yards.
Short throw to the sideline is complete, and it'll be enough for the first down. The Sooners come to the line in the hurry-up. They think they can create space here with a run to the right. He was able to reach into his bag of tricks and use it to pick up a few extra yards. Operating in the red zone here on second down. Handoff to the lone back. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
And there were some collisions in there, and the D finally stops him short of the marker.
Roll it, roll it.
Here we go with the run on fourth down. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on down.
This is so a Jesse Palmer. Exactly what he would do. Continue to put the foot on the accelerator, try to rub it in. Can't win by enough. Got to look good in the polls. This is your kind of offense, Palmer.
Got to give this defense credit, guys, because all game long they have forced their opponent to be one-dimensional. They haven't allowed anything to happen in the passing game. As a result, we're here in the fourth quarter. They barely allowed over 100 yards passing.
Fires to the big fella. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Nice job, defense. You always hear people talk about tackling the catch. You saw it right there. There was nowhere for that receiver to go once he had possession. As a result, no gain.
Now on 3rd and 10, if they can move the chains here, maybe they can get this drive started. He makes the catch. That kind of play will get a drive started or help your field position. They've got it at the 27. That was a really well-run route on the curl to pick up the first down.
Yeah, and it's a nice job, too, by the receiver, getting his depth and then finding space in between the defenders, giving his quarterback a nice target.
And he avoids the hit and slides after the short gain.
Well, you're making a positive out of a negative. And that time, quarterback, nice job, buying time. He's trying to throw the football downfield. Nothing there, so instead of throwing it away and getting the incomplete, just get what you can get.
And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
Yeah, and this defense just putting the cherry on top of the sundae. They've been all over the place. They've done a great job. Their offense has built a huge lead. We're just counting down the minutes on the clock now.
Grabbed over the middle. It's Hurley. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop.
Well, it's a nice job tackling on defense. I know one guy missed, but you saw the effort. Other guys coming and flying to the football. They knew how big that 3rd down was. They had to get the stop to give themselves a chance to now get off the field.
On 4th down, going to the air. Finds his man and they convert. Not much of a 4th down gamble when it's that much of a sure thing. An easy conversion for this offense.
That's a great example of the receiver knowing exactly where the first down marker is. He got the depth he needed to get, so once he was able to make the catch, he already knew he had it. Now a fresh set of downs.
And that's just a flat misfire, not even close to his receiver.
Well, the defense really stepped up in this game. They knew they had to slow down this passing attack. They knew they had some matchups they were going to have to win one-on-one. They've been able to do that, and as a result, they haven't allowed 200 passing yards in this game.
Escapes the sack. Look at that toughness, just running through everybody. And the ball will bounce out of bounds on the fumble.
You start to get that offense going and start having success, you've got to make sure when you get closer to the scoring range, take care of that football. If you don't, the coach is going to go you on the sideline, you in the game.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Second down coming up. Linebackers trying to create some confusion. Back to pass, it's McFarland. Using his feet to buy time. Short gain on the play before he slides.
Hey, it's a heads-up play right there. Listen, you're trying to scramble. You're trying to make something happen. Nobody's open. You're not going to be able to get out of bounds. Just protect yourself. Get down on the ground, get what you can get, and live to play another day.
He'll take a shot. And he's got it in the end zone for a touchdown. It won't matter much in the outcome, but a little extra stat padding is nice.
Nice pitch, nice catch, and listen, maybe this helps next game, right? Like we're trying to find a rhythm, find something that works, find somebody to go to, and this offense is struggling. You're down by 1,000, but I like that they continue to fight.
Lining up to add another. Splits those uprights right in half. They put it in the end zone with a 12-play scoring drive. And they covered the final 29 yards with that touchdown pass. They're down big, but they'll keep fighting to the bitter end and line up for the onside kick here. That's why they call them the hands team. They're able to secure the onside kick. Here comes the Sooner offense back onto the field. What a turn that last drive was. Didn't pick up the fourth down, and it led to the scoring drive, David.
And those are frustrating because you think you might get points and then your defense gives up points. This has got to be a complementary football type deal. The offense now needs to provide a little spark and give this defense some hope.
No doubt, David. They got to turn the page, and they've got to play with a little bit more urgency here, knowing they've got to get that one back and put a good drive together.
They'll keep it on the ground, trying to milk the clock. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Second down here, and maybe they've got time to get one more snap off before the 2-minute warning. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense will be quite content just to drain the rest of the time away. They'll run this play from the pistol. Touch pass on the jet sweep. And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-gain land.
Well, I love the aggressive nature of the defense on that play. Everybody playing with high discipline. They saw the pre-snap motion. They knew who had the football. You saw guys play with excellent instinct, running downhill and making it time.
A little less room to work with now as the ball's at the 28 and it's third and long. Throws to the wideout. It's complete. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. The Sooners come to the line with a new set of downs. Trying to find his man on first down. Got rid of it quickly, but it's incomplete.
And how about this offense? They're not worried about the clock. They're not worried about the score. They're not worried about early and down. Still trying to execute their offense. Still trying to make big plays. And they've had a great day so far.
Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. They'll throw again after the incompletion. This one's complete. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be first and goal. On the doorstep of cashing it in for the offense. Pushes ahead. Touchdown, Oklahoma! And the stomping has commenced. That score will give them a little more room to operate here in the fourth quarter as they go for their sixth straight win. And right down the middle. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Precision blocking up front created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
Tennessee ready to go to work the big orange offense on the field. This one has pretty much been a bludgeoning, but they'll try to finish with something positive late.
Well, here we go.
And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10.
The defense puts the exclamation point on the day. They have had a wonderful day, man. Doing everything great. Just, you could tell they were dialed into what was going on. And now just throw another sack in the equation, hitting the quarterback, being disruptive. They've been all over the field.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Snagged in the middle. It's Hurley. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. And the Vols will send out the punt unit. He'll settle for some pretty good field position and make the fair catch at around the 35. Here comes the Oklahoma offense. They have dropped a hush on this entire stadium, David, by controlling this game.
And there's nothing like shutting up the home crowd.
And the pass hits, picked off. Got room on the return. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession.
Never say die attitude, and I love that, especially these young players, because they're out there competing. And I know the scoreboard right now doesn't look pretty. They're not going to come back and win this football game, but I just love kids that are competing.
Throws toward the end zone. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to avoid the loss.
And this defense has put a game together. Like, it is hard to put all the facets of defense together. Run defense, pass defense. They've been so good, man. Dialed in. You could tell they were ready. They were fast. They were physical. They dominated this football game. And this is just one of those days, man, where everything has gone wrong, right? Like, they just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going and never built the momentum. This is one of those days that you learn from, you try to grow from. A lot of things that we're going to show in the film room that people aren't going to like, but hopefully you can learn.
Throw to the end zone, picked off. Really nice focus by this sophomore, and he jumped on his chance to make a play.
Heat up them pass rushers, bring in them DBs. That's what I'm doing in this situation. When I got the lead by a couple scores late in the ball game, in the fourth quarter, I'm going to rush the passer like crazy. I'm going to put all those DBs back playing the pass. That's what happened. Great job understanding they're going to have to take shots. We get the interception. This one's almost over.
And the Sooners are in the hurry-up. They'll throw it on first down. Trying to get to it. Hit as he throws. Pass is incomplete, and we dwindle down to 7 seconds.
And that's a good stop for this defense. And listen, there hasn't been a lot of positive today, but let's finish this game strong. I think that'll be the message from the defensive coordinator. Can we get a stop? Can we get them off the...
Going for the big play. Oh, picked off. They bring him down, but that great defensive play might be overturned. Let's see what the call is. This offense plenty happy enough with the result of that play, so they just let the official put that flag back in his pocket and decline the penalty. When you know you have a team outclassed, the ability to play to that standard and finish with a blowout like this is really impressive.
And it's almost like playing against yourself, right? You know you're better. You know you're going to win the football game, but how do I continue to still execute? This was so easy. Great execution. Just beat down in every facet.
I think as a player, you just love being in such great rhythm, and we saw that right from the get-go in this game. Offense just able to matriculate the ball down the field. Defense was not giving anything up. What a great game plan coming in, and this was just total domination.
That's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, our entire broadcast team, I'm Reese Davis. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.